everybody, Big V here. Today we're talking teams, and we're going through one of the hardest questions a team leader asks themselves, and that is simply this: how can I afford to hire an assistant? I mean, have you really had that conversation, or the self-talk that says I can't afford to hire one, but yet you're so busy you're giving up the things in your life that matter the most? Telling you, the first assistant you hire, you'll probably make a mistake and hire the wrong one, and then you'll get it right. And I'm telling you this because I've seen it time and time again. We hire someone because we need help, and most of us make the mistake of doing what I like to call is an opportunity hire. And that is, I need help, and I've got someone that I know that needs a job, so their opportunity presents itself, so we hire them. We don't clearly set expectations, we don't have clearly defined jobs and a job description, we don't have any training or onboarding, we just put them in the role and we hope they do a good job. What do you think happens to that relationship over time? Over time, the person you hire feels frustrated because they're letting you down, and you're frustrated because they're not doing the job. The whole process of doing an opportunity hire sets you up for failure. So can I help you avoid failure and actually help you hire the right person? The first thing is when do you hire your first assistant? Are you ready for this? I want everybody to think about this for a minute. I want you to just okay, when should I hire the first assistant? When's the time? Are you ready? Now, the day you get your license is the day you should hire your first assistant. I can never take you to that place in your business or in your life where you're making so much money that it doesn't matter anymore if you spend any of your day doing $15 to $20 an hour tasks. I can't help you make $100,000 or $200,000 or $300,000 or $1 million in commission if you spend 70 or 80% of your day doing tasks that you could delegate, outsource, or use technology to handle for you. So I want you to think about that. When should you hire your first assistant? I believe the day you get your real estate license is the day you should hire your first assistant. The problem is we just can't let go. We struggle with the inability to just let it go. How many of you have ever seen the Lord of the Rings and you follow the little green guy Gollum? Gollum was just a happy hobbit. He was a happy hobbit that was going about his life, and he was given this ring, and the ring gave him special powers. When he put the ring on, he would disappear. It would draw him towards special powers and allow him to do different things. And the ring was so unbelievably powerful, it began to change him. It changed who he was. And eventually it destroyed him. The very thing, matter of fact, he started calling it his precious. You remember when he would go, "This is my precious, I can't let it go, my precious, it's mine," and he loves it. He actually kills his best friend over his ring that he calls the precious. I wonder, what are those things in your life? What are the things in your business that you're holding on to so tight that they're the things that will eventually destroy you? That's a harsh conversation, isn't it? The inability to delegate is like holding on to something you know you should, but you can't let it go because you're so arrogant you think that nobody in the world can do it as good as you. It's time to just let it go. Can we cue in the background, have music playing from the Frozen song, Let It Go? Okay, maybe we can't do that, but wouldn't that be cool if we did? And just let it go. Just like the song says, let it go. The thing that holds you back, just let it go. So what does a real estate assistant do? A real estate assistant does everything. If they're not licensed, they do everything except work directly with the client in buying and selling a property, quoting price, and doing the things that represent them as an agent. You understand agency, and so you can't let them do things that you have to be licensed to do. A licensed real estate can do everything. They can hold your open houses, they can drop off keys, they can do all of your marketing, they can do your social media, they can do transaction courting, they can set up your CRM. A great assistant can do everything. And I'm going to tell you that when you hire the right assistant and you have a great job description and you really break it down, it becomes really clear. It was really interesting. Several years ago, I had a company out of California in Amalfi Estates. And I remember sitting down with the CEO of the company, and we said, okay, so we got to find out where the gaps are in your business, what's working well and what's not working well. So I asked him and his two assistants to make a list of everything they do before, during, and after a transaction. We call it the roles and responsibilities spreadsheet. And they made this list, and it was phenomenal. They broke down everything they do before they get a listing or before they get a buyer. When a client's under contract, what does that list look like? And it was long. And then after they close, what do we do to keep the lifetime value of the client? So they did this whole process, and I said, okay, now I want you to create a sheet that says, I want you to put the initials of who on the team does each of those tasks. It was really interesting because I asked them all to do it independent of each other. So they each put in there, and we got it back. Guess what? All three names were by every single task. Do you think that's efficiency? No, they're getting stuff done, but they said it. We all do it all. And so then I asked the two assistants to go into a separate room, and I said, what are the things that you know you could do without the leader's help? And then I asked the leader to say, what is the things you think you should let go of? Well, he kept his name by almost all the tasks, and they took his name off almost all the tasks because they knew and they believed they could do it, but he didn't have the confidence they could. And so we had open discussions and we clearly defined who was going to do what before, during, and after the transaction. As we broke down the roles and responsibilities, it became very clear that his job was to focus on the interaction with the clients, the listing of the high dollar properties, the showing of buyers, and they clearly defined those roles and responsibilities. It was really cool to see the team go from 100 million in sales to the next year doing 200 million, and the next year doing even more. They got to as much as $500 million in annual sales by simply clearly defining roles and responsibilities, and then they actually identified a couple of gaps that nobody did, and we hired a new person to handle those tasks. Hiring the right assistant, clearly defining roles and responsibilities, onboarding with the 30-60-90, and allowing you, the team leader, to focus on what I call MMAs. An MMA isn't a mixed martial arts where you're fighting. An MMA is a money-making activity. Are you focused on the things that generate revenue or the highest return on your time? If you'll focus on money-making activities, it allows your client care coordinator to focus on the things that really matter. I love having a great assistant. The great assistant in your business is the keeper of your culture. They're the ones that keep the agents engaged. They're the ones that make sure the clients are happy. They do the follow-ups. They make sure that you keep all the promises that you make. Having a great team and having a great assistant and clearly defining all those roles and responsibility is how you create scale, and it's how you grow your business. I want you to know that it's not easy. I talk about it like it might be simple. It's difficult. We've failed a lot, and through that failure, we've created better systems for hiring, better systems for onboarding, and better systems for developing administrative assistants and client care coordinators. If you'll just follow the systems, your likelihood of success goes way up rather than trying to do it on yourself. So when's the right time to hire an assistant? What time is it? How about right now? How about we do it? I'm going to give you a few things that will be helpful for you. I'm going to give you the roles and responsibilities spreadsheet where we've broken down everything from a high-performing team in before, during, and after. The value of that sheet is massive if you just look at it, because you're going to identify many things you're not doing in your business, and you don't do them because you don't have the time to do it. So as you look through roles and responsibilities right here in the download, I just want you to download it right now, and I want you to look at all the things that a high-performing team does and ask yourself, if not you, then who? And then you start by hiring your first client care coordinator, and then that becomes the job description of all the things you want done, and you're well on your way to seven-figure success.